This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
We start with breaking news out of Kansas City following a shooting after the Chiefs Super Bowl parade. One person is dead, and the number of victims with gunshot wounds has gone up to 22. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Just 20 minutes ago, Kansas City officials wrapped up another news conference with these important details. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski has been following this developing story. She's in studio now with us. Laura.
Mike and Ann, we learned that 9 of the 22 people with gunshot wounds are children. Kansas City Police Chief Stacey Graves says 3 people have now been detained in connection with this shooting. They have not identified that person that was killed or released any information about the suspects or people who've been detained. The Kansas City Fire Chief says 8 people had immediately life-threatening injuries, 7 others were life-threatening, and 6 others were minor. Police say this all happened outside of Union Station on the west side. The area is still closed off to the public. Investigators have recovered at least 1 gun, and the mayor says more federal aid is on the way.
Today was tragic for everyone who was part of it. I had the chance to talk to my wife just a moment ago, who said we became part of a statistic of too many Americans, those who have experienced or been part of or connected to a mass shooting. That is something that I hope we all recognize is highly problematic for all of us.
We also just heard information from hospital officials, and we'll bring you more information online and later tonight at 10, Mike.
Yeah, we'll continue to follow this breaking story. As we get more information, we will bring you updates on air, but also on KSTK.com and the 5 on your side app.
Tonight, a community is grieving the loss of an innocent 13-year-old girl. Renaya Stewart was on a home's front porch when a bullet hit her in the head. The 7th grader had been in the hospital for days, and this morning we learned the tragic news that she had died. Our Justina Cornell has been following this case and is live in Alton. Justina.
I spoke to 2 people who knew Renaya well. They said they'll always remember her for her big personality and her bigger smile.
She's only 13. She still had years to find out what she wanted to be in life. She had so many things to learn.
Peaceful Miller is just 2 years older than her 13-year-old cousin, Renaya Stewart. The two were close, constantly dancing and taking pictures.
She's very fun to talk to. She's very goofy.
She can't believe her cousin, so full of life, is now gone.
Y'all literally murdered a 13-year-old. Somebody who ain't do nothing to y'all. Somebody who was just doing a dance, talking to somebody on the phone. And she didn't even know it was coming.
Miller said Renaya was on the porch when a bullet hit her in the head. Now 5 people are charged with first-degree murder. The Alton community came together to use the power of prayer. Renaya was in the hospital on life support, and more than a week later, she died.
She touched my heart. We were close.
Former teacher assistant Alexandra Kodros knew the 7th grader well.
She was definitely free-spirited, beautiful, very intelligent.
She believes the crime should create change.
I hope that as a community that we can take our pain and turn it into action here and really try to hit hard on gun violence and get some things rolling to make some changes.
The 2 say they'll remember Renaya for her spark. That's something that can never be dimmed.
Her smile. Even though she might be mad sometimes, she still finds a way to smile.
Renaya was a girl who spoke with so much excitement in her eyes, and I just hope that where she's at now is everything and more than here.
There is a GoFundMe set up for her family. If you're wanting to help out, you can head to our website, KSTK.com, and go to the section as seen on TV. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
A woman and her daughter visiting St. Louis from Chicago were killed overnight, just minutes after leaving a concert. Police say a speeding driver ran a red light and hit them while they were crossing the street. It happened at the intersection of 18th and Olive, just a block away from St. Louis Police Headquarters. That's where we find 5 on your side's Holden Kurwicki live with the latest on this investigation. Holden.
Well, and the crash happened almost a year to the day to a similar crash that cost a teenage girl visiting from Tennessee her legs. Now, SLMPD actually has cameras on the intersection behind us that recorded this crash in real time, which is why many of the people that I spoke with told me it's on all of us to keep our streets safe.
After years of living and working near the intersection of 18th and Olive, Brian Askew and Linda Trevino have learned to keep their head on a swivel.
People running these lights, they do that all the time.
Cars are constantly zooming, so I have to be very conscientious not to be texting or messing with my phone.
According to St. Louis police, a woman and her daughter visiting from Chicago had just left the Drake concert early Wednesday morning when someone in a Jeep Cherokee ran through the light and sideswiped another SUV before striking and killing the women and hitting another SUV traveling down Olive.
I was trying to have fun. You get these idiots running these lights. That cancels everything. No more fun.
Despite the presence of police cameras at the intersection, Askew and Trevino say incidents like this are all too common.
It's terrifying. Yeah, especially in the dark. I can see that being even more so because during the day when I'm here mostly, it's frequent.
I had it right away and they still go. I didn't caught myself like, hey, you don't see me? You got a red light. I got a green one. Slow down, stop.
Though St. Louis Police Headquarters is just a block away, some people in the area are calling for an increased police presence.
They already got these cameras up. Check them. Get them plates.
Ultimately, Askew and Trevino believe it's on St. Louis drivers to slow down.
Still, people need to obey the rules of the road, right?
Red means stop. Yellow means slow down, not speed up, which is what tends to happen.
The driver of that Jeep, which police say caused the accident, is still in the hospital and has yet to be charged. Reporting live in downtown St. Louis, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
A man convicted of killing a DeSmet football coach, Jazz Granderson, was sentenced today to 60 years in prison. Kurt Wallace admitted shooting Granderson during a string of carjackings in 2017. He later led police on a pursuit after escaping from jail in 2019. Granderson's father says it took him a long time to come to terms with the loss of his son. The two were very close, and now he's speaking out for the first time since the murder.
I had so much hatred in my heart. I was so upset, and I was going through some things, and all I can say is that time helped me move on and put me in the place that I'm in now.
We'll have much more with my interview with Johnny Granderson tonight on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Friends and family of a South County teen killed in a shooting earlier this month protested outside of the St. Louis County Courthouse today. That's where a bond reduction hearing was held for Tyler Coleman, one of 2 men charged in the case. The judge did not reduce Coleman's $500,000 cash-only bond. Coleman is charged with killing Tyree Williams and Colin Courtwright. Zachary Huff is also charged in the case. Both suspects are seniors at Oakville High School.
They need to stay behind bars until justice is served. They are dangerous individuals. Anybody that could take a life of a child that you don't even know and then leave them to die.
A third person survived the shooting, which police say happened during a drug deal involving marijuana cartridges.
Doorbell camera video shows the moments a single gunshot was fired today by U.S. Marshals in North St. Louis. This happened as authorities were following suspects possibly connected to the shooting of a police officer overnight. 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer has been working all day to learn about the crime scenes, and she joins us now live from police headquarters. Diamond.
Mike, an off-duty St. Louis police officer was shot this morning but is now home and recovering. But tonight we're learning so much more about the incidents that took place before that led up to it and after it just blocks away.
Because you never know where stray bullets can fly.
Just before noon Wednesday, neighbors on Lexington Avenue heard gunfire. Ring doorbell footage capturing the moment. St. Louis police can be seen driving towards the gunfire in the North St. Louis neighborhood. Police said the gunfire involved U.S. Marshals. 4 suspects who they believed were operating a stolen SUV were stopped by police on Norwood Drive. 2 of the suspects ran away to Lexington Avenue, and that's when one of them was shot in the hand.
St. Louis City police officers, in conjunction with U.S. Marshals, stopped a vehicle in the 5200 block of Norwood that was stolen, used in numerous car cloudings throughout the region.
Major Janice Boxtruck with the department says the suspects were taken into custody and possibly involved in an overnight shooting on North Broadway. Police say 2 off-duty officers and another man were inside of a private business when they saw people breaking into cars. When police confronted them, the suspects immediately opened fire, resulting in one police officer being shot in the back and grazed on the head. He was treated and released from the hospital, but it's leaving many neighbors concerned.
I'm worried for the youth because gun violence in the city has been It just seems like it's getting worse every year.
Tonight, police do tell us this is an open and active investigation. Anyone who heard or saw anything is urged to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Reporting live here at St. Louis Police Headquarters, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
Coming up.